What'd you just do?
Mitch and Dino's Podcasteria.
Mitch and Dino's Podcasteria.
Mitch and Dino's Podcasteria. Come and listen today. Hey.
Don't do it yet. I went on the wrong pipe. Oh, don't you?
Yeah! Hey, it's a Mitch and Dino Podcasteria starring Chooch.
King Scott.
Yeah, somebody. You know, that'd been nice for you to wait till after, you could have done it beforehand or wait till after the show to get all that out of your system, but whatever, that's okay.
Yeah, wait till right at the beginning.
Yeah, right here at the beginning.
Here we are.
Heal the world.
Beautiful.
Make it a better place.
Naked as we.
That's right. This is going to be a hot show, dude. So
hot.
I was thinking, we're in a pizzeria, podcasteria. What's your favorite frozen pizza to get and put in the oven? Good question. Let's go to this. Have you ever tried the cauliflower crust pizza?
The frozen one?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Dude.
Is it good? Have you tried it?
It's so good.
Is it? I've had cauliflower crust pizza.
Yeah.
At a restaurant, I believe once. It was okay.
Well, Katie's Pizza does an excellent cauliflower crust, but
frozen?
No, theirs is handmade by
Katie's.
Tiny little hands.
I'm not familiar.
Katie's Pizza, they're in St. Louis.
Oh.
For all those international listeners, this applies to you.
Because I'm far out. That's why.
Yeah, you're groovy, baby. But, far out. The Aldi has a great frozen pizza. Cauliflower crust.
Oh, I never had their cauliflower crust. I've had a lot of their frozen pizzas.
Dude,
we used to buy the Mary, something, I think it was Mary or started with an M. It's like $2.50. It was a cheap. Great for kids.
Maria.
Not Marie Callender's.
I know it's
she doesn't make pizza.
Mama Alderita's.
Mama Margarita?
Something like that. What was it?
Mama Margarita.
I should remember that. But yeah, it sounds good, man. I think you should give it a whirl. Because what is this? Do you think this picture right here, if our fans out there,
hey fans,
if you can guess what
we got 4 subscribers now.
Is this flour
random
or cauliflower crust pizza? And if you get this correct within the next 5 minutes, we'll send you a lifetime free pizza. So you got 5 minutes. That doesn't count after it's recorded.
Nope.
So sorry about that. But
4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Well, I love giving away free things. Speaking of that, go to our store, buy a bunch of stuff.
It's not Walmart.com anymore.
Oh.
We changed it.
We changed our store domain.
You've done better.
I know.
Yeah, but Jeremy, the 4 subscribers now on YouTube.
That's crazy, dude. We're crushing.
I mean, they're us.
Yeah.
But
it's still cool.
We did it.
Hey,
we're about to pass that 5 subscriber mark.
Yeah, we're basically...
Guys, if you... Please.
We're basically the scam of selling ads on social media. Now, let me explain this. Have you heard this whole deal where companies spend a ton of money to advertise on social media, but a lot of their stuff gets seen by bots. And somehow everyone knows that ahead of time. So you spend all this money and it's not even getting seen by real people, but it's okay because it's still somehow us, the free viewer, is getting hosed over.
Hold on. Explain that again. So it's mostly bots is what you're saying.
Yes. So majority of the commercial views or even clicks that they'll get are bots. But companies are willing to do that, and they know, but they're
still real people looking at it.
Yeah, because they have to spend. It's a ridiculous.
Well, that's how it is. So with advertising on Facebook, for instance, Like, so that's stuff that I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll say like on the advertising, like on your advertising dashboard on Facebook, it'll say like, 1,500 clicks, or whatever. And then it'll give you a cost per click, a CPC. If you go into like your analytics of like your website, it won't be anywhere near those clicks, like that amount of clicks.
So it is legit.
Absolutely.
Man, it's so weird, but everyone's cool with it, right? Are you cool with that when it happens? Because you still make your money, right?
I mean, if it's working and you're still seeing conversions.
That's a weird.
I know, but it's like, it's really kind of really just dumpy though, because it'll still be converting and it'll still be working, but like the clicks aren't necessarily
turning into.
No. I mean, you're not always going to get that. You're not always going to have the clicks turning into sales. If you try to get a good conversion rate, but
that's what I was saying.
I mean, but
You've done better.
here's my nerd coming out.
I like nerd.
But like with Facebook, for instance, like it's the clicks, the amount of clicks are not always going to represent what the actual amount of clicks that you got to your website based on analytics.
So is that a ripoff though? Because Facebook knows that a whole bunch of that isn't going to be real, but they're still selling you.
Yeah, if it's working, it's working. So it's like if it's still working and you're still getting conversions.
I'm so confused because it seems
clicks
like
don't really matter. Clicks don't matter.
But you have to pay for them.
Well, no, but I'm saying though, clicks though, when it comes to like advertising, the clicks, you can have 1,500 clicks, 2,000 million clicks, but if they're not converting, then they don't matter.
Okay.
I mean, really, in the grand scheme, I guess they matter a little bit, but like in the grand scheme of things.
But you spend money on.
Right. No, totally. Exactly.
I want to create the machine. Now, who's created the robot guy that gets to go click on those and gets paid?
Do you ever go to like comments in Facebook? That's one of my favorite things to do.
I need to start doing that. No, I don't.
You don't go to comments?
No, I try to avoid it because you'll
not
learn,
on your stuff. I'm saying
you learn
like,
how stupid you are and this and that.
I'm talking about like other stuff. Like no, I wouldn't do it on my own stuff.
Oh, okay. So if I went to
like you see like a post on the Wall Street Journal or something on Facebook, and then you don't go through like the comments of like that.
No,
post.
that's a good idea.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have the ability to?
It's funny.
Can we see some good Facebook comments? Can you pull some up?
I'm sure I'll pull freaking just one.
Yeah,
I'll just pull up.
I need to start doing that a little bit more.
People are.
I try to avoid
vicious
comments
and mean, and it is a terrible. Oh, it'll bring you down if you look at it too long. But it makes you wonder though, how many of these profiles are actually real, especially when it's like kind of like a hot topic, like political.
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's a funny thing where you'll see a lot of even on now X, formerly Twitter, you'll see these comments that are hilarious, and it doesn't matter if it's about Biden or Trump, now Israel, Palestine. You got to look at the comments, and it's the best on that kind of stuff because 95% of it's all just a fake bot. You go back to their little profile.
Right.
And it'll have no one's following them, and they just created it, and it's this and that, and it's all just every 10 seconds, it seems like they have a new post.
Totally.
And you're just like,
and now
legit. Legit.
Especially like AI and stuff happening. You can make profile photos.
Weird. I didn't think about that.
It's not hard to make a profile.
I can make mine look cool now.
Hey, you can make yourself ready for corporate. You've been talking about working for State Farm. Remember? You wanted to be a State Farm agent.
Yeah.
You can finally do that with your cool corporate photo. They have that now for AI.
So I could have me in a little red polo shirt that says, this is cool, man. And so I could tell them what I look like.
You'll be Skate.
I'm Skate.
From State Farm.
Yeah.
Skate from State Farm.
Dude, that's a cool guy. Skate from State Farm.
No, but have you seen those photos though?
No.
So like you can actually do where like it's it'll take your photo.
Yeah.
You can give them just a random photo of yourself, and then it'll turn it into a corporate like photo.
I used to model for Playboy magazine.
I have that magazine.
Would that count?
Yeah.
They wear polos?
They'll put shirts on you.
Okay. I thought they wear corporate polos at that company, right? It's a legit place,
Yeah, it's
I think.
one of Hugh's stipulations for being in the house.
No, so let's see some good comments here. We got here's State Farm.
Okay.
First
what
off,
the hell?
you are crazy. You're the one that's now feeding all my advertisements to me.
Bruh.
You told me ahead of time what that was.
Bruh.
Yeah, that's State Farm ad that just popped up 10 seconds after you just said State Farm. Well,
What the?
we're going to have to turn the internet off because I just said another word after that.
Damn, dude. That's crazy.
We're going to have to leave the internet because
And they
I
say
said
that they're not listening. That's bullshit.
Stuff.
I'm
Huh?
sorry. That is not true.
That is bull stuffings, man. I'll tell you.
He likes the stuffed muffins.
Well, let's see. What do they have? Do they have any comments? It says here, lower your homeowners. Let me see here.
Let's see.
So enjoy a new lower,
What's happening?
more expensive premium. They probably have comments turned off.
No, there's comments there. Look. Oh, there it is. Hold on.
Thanks for the shout out.
I love this
Nancy.
insurance. I always
State
like.
Farm boy. Is
Thanks
she
for the
wrong?
shout out. I need help with auto insurance, please. That's not. Yeah, this isn't gonna. This isn't. But
Lame.
man. So that's not gonna do anything.
Dude, they got lame comments. All right, State Farm, you guys can't go there because they got lame comments.
I need help with my car insurance.
Well,
Definitely just switched and saved.
definitely
Terrible
not a bot.
company.
All right, there we go. There's a real review.
I know.
Hey,
Like
if
it
you're
is.
gonna
It is.
have
Like, it is. Like
shirts-
all social media companies are all compromised. They've all been compromised with just an abundance of bots.
Do you see that person? They want a free shirt. Like I tell a lot of people
they
about your
want
company.
or they want.
Yeah, I want a free shirt. I was at the park and told a lot of people about State Farm.
Would you wear a State Farm shirt?
If they paid me, I guess.
No, if they didn't pay you.
No.
Would you want? And now your iPad's listening to us.
Dude, it just went.
Would you? You wouldn't wear a State Farm shirt?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're probably good guys. I think that's who my insurance is, actually. I don't know. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So glad they
Premiums
were.
go up next.
Oh,
next renewal.
doggone it.
Boomer is like a little squirrel.
We know.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We
State Farm
know.
rules.
All right, can I just please go back to this once again?
Yeah.
Though, that is really odd. And they're
It's not
seriously, they're going to deny. I don't talk. Okay, here's the other thing. With Facebook, like, okay, can I tell you something what happened with Facebook?
Yeah, please.
Can I tell you what happened?
This is the best kind of stuff. Yes, I need to
Dude.
know. Because
Dude.
I am the foremost knowledgeable expert in cryptozoology. I'm a conspiracy theorist.
True is.
Let me hear it.
All right, so my buddy's a financial advisor.
Okay, Lucky.
I know. I'm a lucky man. Connections.
It'd be cool if you
And
introduce him to me.
you want me to introduce you to him? Mm-hmm. You guys want me to introduce him to you?
Please. All right, let's hear this. Let's hear about money bags.
Okay. So I texted him. I didn't look anything up. I didn't do anything like that. I swear. And I was just curious. I went and my text messages, and I messaged him, and I was like, not on Facebook again. iMessage, and I was like, hey, I'm looking at upping my life insurance. I want to get, like, do you think I should get, like, should I up my current, or do I need to just get more? How does that work? And then he was telling me about it. I did not look anything up because he provided my last life insurance policy. So I didn't need to look anything up. I was just literally just talking to him. Go into Facebook, and everything that started popping up on my feed was all life insurance related. And I know that they can track cross apps.
Yeah.
I didn't know that included like messages.
Your messages.
So it includes messages. So
Was your
whatever you're
Facebook
texting-
app open at the same time messages was open?
I mean, maybe, but that it shouldn't. Like, it's cross. Like,
man, that's weird.
So I've typically always let Facebook and whoever like track, like whenever it has like on Apple, it says like, allow this
that's
app.
why. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, and no, it is why. It absolutely is why. And I typically would always let them track because I was like, I don't care. Like, but I thought that it was tracking like apps like for looking stuff up, other apps. I didn't know it was actually tracking what I was sending personally and privately to other people.
That is creepy.
It 100% is creepy, dude. So I turned everything off. So now all my stuff doesn't track. Facebook can only track what I've done, supposedly, what I've done inside Facebook.
This is why I love.
So I want to know how
instantly.
that was weird.
That was fast.
Super fast.
I mean, it was like seconds later. But that's one thing I love about my current job, working on the Rizzuto Show, is that we talk about so many dumb subjects and so many funny things that Facebook and even anything I watch at home, if it's Hulu or whatever, all the commercials, they have no clue how to advertise to me. So I get the most ridiculous commercials, things that apply zero to me, and I love it. They don't know what they're doing. They're wasting money, and it's hilarious, and it makes me laugh every time. So it does work also. Just if you want to be smart, for every real search you have on Google,
let's do it.
Let's say life. I want to know if I need to upgrade my life insurance. Okay, so the next one is, what's the best tool to build clogging shoes?
Do you know what it is?
No, but I'm just saying, you type in those things. How do you stuff a down pillow with feathers? Which, just dumb things where it confuses it. It's like, huh?
Did you find out how to though?
Yeah, of course. Use down or feathers because the same thing. You just type in stupid things. If I dropped a diamond ring in a toilet, should I pick it out?
Nope, you flush it.
Yeah, it wants to know that stuff. So give it dumb things. Say, I love whatever you hate too. I love violence. Search to see what happens. I don't know. It's good stuff, man. You got to search. Do you ever search for I love violence?
Yeah.
I hope that's a top search thing after this podcast debuts.
I wonder what comes up whenever that happens. What is it?
I love violence.
I'm going to go incognito on
it's
this.
Probably some cool emo.
I love violence.
Yeah.
You know so little.
First one comes up is Quora. Why do I like violence?
So this is an issue someone's had.
And there's Reddit under mental health. Why do I like violence? So much.
Really?
I love violence t-shirt. Oh, we'll get this for King
Scott. Let's see this. This will be a good one. Now you're getting good advertisements. You can just buy a shirt that says I heart violence.
I'm going to get this for you.
Thank you. Make sure it's in my colors.
Only if you promise to wear it in public.
Well, yeah. It's got to be in my colors.
Do red?
What color? What does that say? Cranberry?
Or green?
Is there a brown? See if there,
that's kind of
green will
Christmassy.
work. See if there's a brown though. Brown. Ooh, that's it.
That's love right there.
That's a brownie. Yeah, I could do that one.
That is beautiful.
So you can get a shirt that says I love violence. The internet's amazing.
And that's going to be sold on our website soon.
Yeah, so if you go to the podcasteria.com / you got to say / because I love violence.
I love violence.
I wonder if it's a misspelling of violins.
Violins?
Yeah. I love violence. Violas or violins.
Violins.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to play violin? You ever had any desire to play the violin?
Of course. Have you ever listened to Alison Krauss and Union Station?
I've listened to Alison Krauss before.
Yeah, my cousin Eric could play the violin, so could his brother. And it's a skill that is pretty rad.
It's a pretty sexy skill too.
Yeah, it
like
is.
if you were just to be able to I can play that, and somebody just hands you a violin and you can start going to town and not sound like that.
Yeah. Dude, it's
You ever
awesome.
picked one up and just played it?
Yeah, I'm
It's
terrible.
horrendous.
And this guy can play the old fiddle. Not really. No, I can't.
You ever play the banjo?
I've played it. Does it sound good? No. I need to learn that picking stuff,
I don't think
man.
I've ever even played it. So you've actually played one though?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played one.
I had one for a long time.
Yeah?
I don't know what happened to it. I had it in high school through college, and then it disappeared. So I don't know what happened. Where that one went.
Somebody take it.
I guess. I don't know.
Roommate?
Maybe.
Janitor?
Keith? I had a roommate named Keith at one point in my life.
What was his name?
Keith.
Got it.
Yeah. I don't see him stealing that though. He's a good guy.
He'd steal something more of a violin.
He went into the military.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
What branch? You call yourself a roommate.
I don't know. He's in the one where they wear camouflage. Or maybe one of those Navy suits.
The Navy.
In the Navy.
I was gonna.
That's
sing
my
that.
favorite.
I was gonna do it.
Is that your favorite Village People song? Peepers?
I like YMCA.
I'm in the Navy. That's my song.
Is it?
Yeah. I wonder what the fellas and ladies think when they hear that and they're in the Navy. They gotta really love that song.
I'm sure they really embrace it.
It's like nothing's more masculating than this song. Yeah. I don't know.
I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna say. This happens all the time.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. It was about the violin though.
So, they have to do with the upright bass or any of that kind of stuff. Would you ever be in a bluegrass band? Would you like bluegrass?
That'd be fun. Yeah,
Dude, it's so good, man.
it'd be fun to be in any band.
Why is
Bands are just fun?
How's bluegrass not kind of our top, the thing that we all set our goals to be able to do, but then also listen to, because it is the
We're in a
finest.
different point of time of history.
But the technicalities and the skills of that, it smokes
absolutely,
everything. There's no other music out there that even gets close to the bluegrass realm. It's weird. Why is it kind of looked down as a hillbilly dumb people thing, and it smokes everything? Metal could be technical, kind of classical
I don't know.
pieces, but they'll never be as good as a freaking picker on a nose picker first off, but a banjo picker or any of that. No, that's the greatest skill.
Remember they got the picks on all their fingers, sitting there just, dude,
Doing that Travis picking.
dude. And I've been getting fed a lot of videos lately of changing the tunage on a guitar.
Yeah, that's something I'm not good at.
That's crazy to me though if you really think about it. So like one of them that I saw was somebody tuned all of their strings to F, like just F major or F.
Yeah.
Not F, just not F sharp, F. And he played like a lick, and it was just a legitimate lick. And it was really good.
Whoa.
Like really good. But if you think about it, it's like I would think as a musician, if you tune, like you change the tunage like that, the tuning to it to be like all F or whatever instead of E, A. Oh, I don't play guitar anymore, man. It's so sad. I forget the tunage. It's anyway, the tuning. E, what is it? E,
Yeah.
A,
Every
D,
awesome D,
G, B,
Yeah.
E.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Every awesome. What is it? Every awesome
I have a really offensive.
dog.
I can't say my offensive version.
Hey, you
so
can't say it.
every awesome.
Dick.
No.
Oh,
We'll say
that was gonna be offensive.
ditto.
Dildo.
Good. Booger.
What's the offensive one? Now I want to know.
Ear. I can't say it here. I'll tell you afterwards.
The YouTube.
I made it up myself so I could remember it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But he did it like so. He tuned it all to F. But then, how do you know play wise? Unless you do it a lot in that tuning.
Mm-hmm.
Right though.
Yeah.
He was all over the fret, like all over the neck.
See, that's where I'm baffled because you'll have my Moon, who's in Greek Fires, formerly Story of the Year. He's in Goldfinger. You have Mark Roth, Greek Fire, and all of the other stuff he's done, the 2SG. Both those guys.
Shout out.
Go buy it. Both those fellas, if you were to say, hey, you know, we're going to do this POD song. So it's like, okay, drop D. I get drop D. I understand that one.
Right.
It's easier. A lot of Foo Fighter songs that way. And then they'll do okay, we want an E, blah, blah, blah. And they'll, it's on the fly, or not E, but, you know, they'll switch it all up and instantly they just know how to kick it into all these different things. And I'm sitting there feeling like the biggest moron in the world because I have no clue how to play it, first off. Secondly, even set it up correctly tune-wise.
So I guess you're just, in your head, you're just able to figure out that, hey, you know, instead of, you know, this being like an E or a D or whatever, since we're tuned to F,
Yeah.
then on all the strings, and this, I guess that would make sense, especially if it's all like one of those like all F.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you know it's F. So you're gonna, you know,
Like any F song is going to be awesome.
it was really cool though hearing him play.
I want to hear an all, yeah, that's neato. A lot of Fs. A lot of Fs given that day.
A lot of Fs given. It was fed to me on
So you
Instagram.
get a lot of music feeds.
No, not really a whole lot, but
Whenever you're watching streaming stuff, Hulu, etc., what's the kind of commercial you normally get? Because for me and my wife, it seems like we get a lot of ED medication commercials, a lot of STD treatment kind of commercials, or a lot of elderly sicknesses commercials. So what do you get? What's your big thing? That seems like the three.
is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the age, I guess. Maybe people like, I don't know. You're not that freaking old though.
Thank you.
A boomer is like a little squirrel.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm trying to think now.
This afternoon and touch your face?
I know that on my feed, like on not my feed, but like whenever I go to search on Instagram, I was just talking to Mikkel about this. I was like, do you get a lot of like dudes and stuff?
Dude.
Like on your Instagram, like whenever you
I'm
like,
gonna go find me some butterfly poon.
that's so funny. That was a good one.
Randy.
Sorry, that was really loud.
That's all right. So you get a lot of dudes on your Instagram.
I get a lot of chicks
Oh.
on my, when I go to search, like if I go to like search something, you know how like it gives you
Oh, it's like bikini chicks?
like suggested. Yeah, I get like all like half naked girls.
Yeah, when I started TikTok, it was every video was some saucy looking gal, you know?
Right.
And
And you watched it for a little bit.
oh, dude, it was incredible. But now if you go to my TikTok now, and it's hilarious. It's the government, UFOs, Tartaria, Earth is flat. I get like it's amazing. I don't even know where my algorithm's at now. But there's zero chicks involved now.
I gotta stop looking at
I kind of missed that. You know, that was better material probably, but
the girls.
yeah, and then all this stuff. But I love these technologies that the world used to have that's now gone. You think these are really churches?
I saw, speaking of
Yeah.
there was this crazy post that I saw
On.
talking about how the pyramids in Egypt what if it was like giving a diagram of them being mostly under the ground. So they called them something. It started with an O. I forget what they were called. But the pyramids are just the tip of these things. And really,
Are they conductors or?
I don't know if they're conductors, but they look, but like, think of the Washington Monument.
The obelisk?
Yeah.
Thank you. Stop. No, it's okay. Seriously.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
No.
No, please keep it
Oh,
going.
no, seriously, guys.
That
Come on.
deserves it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, hey, hey! I like it!
All right. Obelisk. That was excitement.
How'd you know that?
Well,
Back when I was in third grade.
yeah. Back when I was in third grade, I went to DC, and the obelisk is part of one of those weird things with the Illuminati where they have to build it in every town they go to and every place where they conquer. I don't know. I forgot what it is. Yeah, it's one of those things. And I can't remember so much of that stuff. You're just like, But an obelisk, it also could represent the ding dong of a dude. I don't know. It's all confusing. So they think these are the tips
Jeff Bezos
of
spaceship.
giant obelisk.
Yeah.
So were these the people that were the giants that we're not allowed to know about now?
I don't know about that. But they were showing, it was like a diagram, like a picture of the pyramids being the tip of it though. And then the rest of it ran underground. And then it got my mind like all just flipping, just going crazy. Of like, what if the pyramids were covered? What if something happened on Earth, however long ago? And like that, like that continent or that area got like just covered in land. What if they were above the ground at one point?
Where Egypt is at, this would actually make sense because there were bigger creatures at a time. We had dinosaurs that have been proven to existed. We had giants. There's a lot of skeletons that prove they're giants. And we had huge cats. I'm sure you guys have seen all the giant cat skeletons that are at museums and all that stuff. So they had to go to the bathroom somewhere, and litter boxes are where cats go. So maybe it's just some of the leftover turds from cat poop from ancient times, because it's kind of the same shape as some turds. Especially with the wind blowing, it could shape a turd into a triangle shape. Theory. I'm just guessing. Obviously, you don't believe in Tartaria like I do. Turdtaria. I believe in Turdtaria, dude.
Deep.
Where the whole world is just turds, dude.
Big old one.
Yeah. I'm a Turdtaria believer.
Are you?
Yeah. I drop it hot, dude. But yeah, no. So, have you ever seen that in I think it's Deuteronomy or Jeremiah? It talks about
The giants.
a temple that was built in honor of God. And the coordinates happen to basically be where Egypt is. And the idea is where, if you see the inside of the pyramid, the lower level has the wider walkways to get down to the bottom, and it's not as elegant or anything. But to get to the top part of the pyramid, it's a very narrow path, and you go up there, and it is like the stunning rooms. It's way more decorated and everything. So they're saying that
Do they contain?
some people believe that it could be the temple that they built to honor, like the Solomon, I guess. I forget who built it, but they built it to honor God. So it represents hell, earth, and heaven, because you have like 3 stages, and you have the top part of that pyramid in there is the heaven part, the narrow way, narrow is the way, and then the wide way is the hell. Like, yeah, it's interesting.
I've never visited the pyramids, unfortunately.
You should go. I haven't been either.
What's it like?
Well, very triangular.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I would love to go, because the thing that I find fascinating with pyramids and triangles in themselves, I like points. No, that's why I work on 105.7 The Points. I love points. Pyramids are interesting, where you got them in Egypt. There's some in Turkey. They're everywhere. They're all over the whole globe. That's South America, Central Mexico.
Have you seen
Alaska?
Have you seen Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix?
I don't know. Wait, is that Graham?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's awesome. But yeah. So and then even
And
over here in Cahokia in St. Louis, the Cahokia Mountains,
is there?
there's potential. There's a lot of weird stuff.
Mexico has them.
Mm-hmm.
And the theory is, I believe, I actually learned this on the Joe Rogan podcast.
I call him Joseph, but go on.
You know him like
a
that.
little squirrel.
Not all of us can do that. We're not all friends with him.
I call him by his first name, Joseph. We're tight.
That's cool, man. It's like being his mom.
I call him Joseph Rogan and Pulsive Hogan.
That's cool.
Thank you. So you learned that the real reason.
So like the theory, like the kind of the theory is like that there were these beings that, because how would all these different continents have the same, like, very similar structures? You know what I mean? Without
every point in history, they have similar structures.
without
Communications
and stuff. And so the theory is that there were beings that could be at different ones that showed them how to do it.
So they could transcend. They could do, yeah. So there's also,
That was interesting. I gotta pee so bad, dude.
Well,
you want to entertain for a second while I go pee pee? Or we can pause it for a second and then come back to it. I just gotta pee real quick, bro.
Go pee.
I'm gonna go pee.
All right, we'll pause it.
Hold on. I can go right now if you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pee. Give me a second. Oh, dude. I'm sorry. It hit me so bad.
Like a little squirrel.
See, that's almost Saigon, you know.
I'm a butterfly. I'm gonna go find me some butterfly poon. I like it. Hey, hey, hey.
Done better.
I entertained everybody. I did good. I did real good. No, this is where Tartaria.
There's nothing better than just hearing that while I'm taking a piss.
Nice pee-pee.
Nice. Okay.
So, yeah, Tartaria was an ancient civilization where supposedly everything was free. They didn't charge for gas and oil and electricity. Yeah, excuse me. And so everything was free. And it was a great time in history. And then bad people came in some point. Okay. And they tried to erase that from our history. So whenever you see these beautiful cathedrals built throughout the whole planet, they're all very similar. Or you'll go to, in St. Louis, we have the art museum. It's a gorgeous building. You have all these beautiful buildings. You have the Union Station in St. Louis. You have Union Station out in San Francisco and Chicago, et cetera, et cetera. Gorgeous buildings. And you're like, well, how do they build these giant concrete structures when the ground still has dirt on it and there's horses with carriages? You know, how are they building these huge things with the doors that are 25 foot tall instead of 8 foot tall? And so they think that Tartaria had bigger people. Trees were bigger then.
How long ago would this have been?
Well, it could be as recent as
the 1800s.
Almost. No, it'd be like the 1600s, and they started erasing that history into 1800s because they brought in the 1800s. Now, this is fact. They had the orphan trains in the late 1800s into the early 1900s. They started repopulating the planet. They killed all that off. And then the Illuminati. These guys aren't in the Illuminati. I'm pointing at the wall here. But the Illuminati. No. They erased history and they killed off a ton of people, probably through diseases. But they killed off all these people, and then they could change history. They could make slaves out of everyone and make you work for someone else and not have freedoms and blah, blah, blah. But then they had to repopulate. So they built these things like, why do we have a stork? Historically tell us that it brought a kid, right? You know, like the silly cartoons.
Right.
Where did Cabbage Patch Kids come from? They're all manufactured. Dude, you're looking at me like this is all loony toony. This is off the internet. Okay.
So where'd you learn about this though?
TikTok.
I like it. Hey,
Okay. Okay.
Can I come over this afternoon and touch your face?
Breast.
So
I see.
I buy it all. It's all correct. Nothing to challenge here.
I was super interested in that though.
No, it is interesting, but my thought is how. Okay. There's art, classical pieces, music, songs. You have books. You have cave paintings. You have. How do they all of a sudden they erase all that old history and then they write all this whole new stuff overnight, basically, to recreate it? Because even in the 16, 17, 1800s, a ton of books were already on the planet.
Okay.
So I don't see how that's possible to rewrite any of that. Like I stand by our common, what we're taught as histories. I stand by majority of that.
Of like what we've taught as history.
Yeah,
that is history.
You know, around, what is it, 10,000 BC, 9,000 BC, whatever it is. That's basically as far back as they can really track human time. Maybe 12,000. That's the start, you know, the Adam and Eve thing.
You're a young earther?
Well, I don't know.
Boy. Let's do it, baby.
Am I a young
Let's
earther?
do it. Well, that's what you just said.
Well, humans started. I'm just saying what we have.
You think that humans started?
I'm
only
just going by
12,000 years
carbon
ago?
dating. What they
Okay.
have, like, of our oldest.
Oh,
kinda-
okay. So you're not saying that the Earth is only
No,
12,000?
but they have found the chimp, what they think are chimp people that are supposedly
Like Neanderthals?
70,000 years old or something. But
Neanderthals or
Yeah.
what?
no, do I believe? See, here's the thing. I will believe. Yes, young Earth is correct. When you hear a great case on it, you're like, dude, that's awesome. Yep, that makes sense. And then you hear a genius. Who's the great astrophysics, the physicist that our friend Southern loves?
Hold on.
I'll think of his name.
Hold on.
He's one of the top tier guys.
Dr.
Steve Gutenberg.
He's in Pasadena.
Yeah. Well, I'll think of his name in a second. But when you hear him describe it, then all of a sudden you're like, 100% old Earth. This has been around for ages.
Yeah. I was about to say, he's not a
What?
young Earth dude.
How would I even... No, he's older.
Yeah. That's
But
what-
I'm saying when you hear a good... Because I've heard people debate, like him and then some other guys.
Stephen
debate.
Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking. Friend with Epstein, by the way.
I know. Did you hear that he's on the
So
list?
weird, dude.
He's on the
so
list.
weird.
He's on the list.
Okay.
That dude was getting, oh my God.
I like it. Hey,
Anyways,
Oh, what I would have given to be a fly on the wall.
man,
Hell yeah.
that's a party. So I have I could be convinced either way with that.
Yeah.
Because have I done enough research? No. And I don't have any resources really study that far back to physically see it.
Well, that's another thing that I want to know is I want to know where scientists and, again, I am not by any means a very smart man.
Oh, don't be modest.
Oh,
you
no.
got, wasn't it B or C, A once?
It was an art.
Okay, still counts.
But I would love to know, I like with like the whole age, like the way that scientists can say an age of something, especially like by
Yeah.
looking into outer space, looking at carbon dating, right? The fact that I'm even questioning that shows my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to say by looking at stuff that, well, the Earth is approximately, however many billion years old, and this said it's like, or like whenever they find, what was it recently? I feel like they just recently found something. I forget what it was, and they put a year, like they put like an age on it. It's like, how do you know that?
Yeah, that's
How do you
where it
know
gets
that?
really interesting, is because if you really think about the way we teach history, it's not so much about asking questions as much as it'll be presented as a hard truth. But all this stuff is technically theories. Right. But yet, if you go against anything or you stand by anything, people will. I mean, people right now are going to have heart attacks hearing us talk about this because, dude, you guys are idiots. It's 100% this way or that way.
Right.
But they have no, if you really sit back and you just take a second, take a deep breath, you have no freaking clue. You've only been told what's this is, and you've never looked it up yourself. You're not doing any research. You don't even have tools. You don't have any of the stuff, the ability to do carbon dating on your own. You're not doing that. So you've watched TV shows. You've had these books from school. You've had all this stuff. So what you need, the thing that should be presented whenever you get to history and all this stuff is have like what is considered factual history, where, well, we know that in the 1940s, there was a giant world war. It seemed the whole earth was mad at the time. And we were very angry with a certain country called Germany. So, and Japan, you know, those things were real. Japan invaded China. It was like a tough season. So that could be a true history.
But even then, I'm not trying to say that didn't happen or whatever. By any
denier.
Press.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reporting you.
But like, even then, like even with just history in general, like especially like you know, newer history, we're relying on people and people's brains to recall it. And again, like,
but at least with that, there's so much writing and pictures, which I know could all be manipulated.
But that's the thing too, is like, and I'm saying like more so, I think the overall of history is correct, like the grand scheme of it. But I mean more so, I guess, whenever it comes down to like the more intricacies of it.
Yeah.
Like, cause if I'm telling a story from like 3 weeks ago, that's not going to be exactly how it was. I may get the overall gist of it correct, but I'll probably get some things wrong whenever I'm telling that story from 3 weeks ago. You know what I mean? Where like, it didn't go that way, you know, which is why you see couples, for instance, no, that's not what happened. And they start.
See, that's interesting to me because that's what we hear, is that it can't be the exact truth because you'll forget pieces. You'll forget this and that. But I don't know.
Go ahead. Rip into me, baby.
I think we have the ability to remember things accurately. I really do.
Too. No, I think so too.
And I do believe that there are people or groups that would want to hinder our ability to understand real history. So they call it revisionist, right? Where something might be historically said this way about history, but now revisionists come in, it's like, well, this is actually what it was. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Now you get the confusing parts in there, which could be a good thing because you want to challenge stuff. Asking questions is where you get answers. It's like science. Science isn't an answer. It's a tool to get the answer, a tool to find out. We know there's laws, there's gravity, there's life, there's death, there's all these things that exist, and we know they're there. Science only finds a way, like it's the little questions that we ask to figure out how the answer or what the proof is of that thing. And so science is just a question. So whenever people say, I believe in science, it's like, that's cool. So but science will change too, because science is only questioning things.
Okay, so on the science, okay, but I'm saying, so like back to the history.
But yeah, so history, whenever you get into that whole detail, is that, yeah, you can manipulate it and people will purposely change things.
I'm not even saying manipulate. I'm not even saying manipulate. I'm not saying any of that.
But you're saying that because we communicate through speaking, and you got to remember too, where there were points in history where people weren't distracted with the phone, whatever. That was perfect timing. Whoever called me, thank you.
On purpose?
So they weren't distracted by all the stuff we have right now. Maybe. So they were more likely to be focused, and the ability to retain things would have been much easier. Now, if you ask my mom, my uncles, all these people that existed way before computers that we have now, cell phone, all this stuff, their stories are incredible. She could remember the color of her dress she had in high school that she wore to this. And then you ask me and it's like, I don't know. I forgot. So,
But you're
I
still
think people
gonna
at a certain point had better memory than we do now.
Oh, I think for sure. I think
Yeah,
totally.
so I don't think we can look at it from our current perspective of how
You're still not
history
going to
was
get everything
recorded.
right, though. Whenever you're recalling something,
unless
and again,
yes, you will if it's always what I want it to be correct. So whatever I view and value, as long as it matches up with my views.
You just had to
No,
deflect.
if it's my views-
We are getting into a serious conversation right now, and I want to finish this conversation.
Okay, go on.
So you're saying though, like, so what I'm saying though is with like the smallest piece of a story could affect that story hugely. Motive, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say, like, you know, for instance, like you go on Facebook or Instagram and you're going through the reels and you see like a police officer encounter, and then you see that the police officer is just being a total dick to the driver and this and the other, but they start the video with the police officer talking or something.
Oh, so you don't get the
so you don't get the full picture.
Yeah.
So you're getting only a very small picture of what's happening.
Yeah.
I think that could be applicable to history, where you may not, and again, not on purpose, but maybe the whole picture isn't being shown because the whole picture can't be shown. And you're only getting pieces of history
That's interesting.
that may not actually be the full picture.
Yeah.
And again, not on purpose, not somebody trying to be manipulative, but it not being the full picture because you can't really get the full picture.
But then how do we ever... Because there's certain things that get passed down. You have gardening tricks that have worked forever, and they'll still work. So how does that not get lost in the big picture?
I'm not saying like...
And by the way, I had a run-in with the
law?
Kind of. It was a private eye. I'm serious.
Did Allison hire somebody on you?
Well, it was a couple weeks ago, and I was leaving a venue, and I happened to be walking out the back way where celebrities go out. It was an alleyway, dark, nighttime, a little bit of rain. Everyone had on their coats and big hats, and a private eye walked up to me, and he wasn't very nice or anything. Dude, that guy was a real dick.
I don't get it.
You know, private eyes, dick.
Hey, hey, hey! Can I come over this afternoon and touch your face? I like it!
That conversation just got shut down by an incredible
True story.
true story.
See, history.
History.
Man, this is the weirdest stuff is...
See, you see what I have to deal with here?
Yeah, I see, man. And this is why I'm so grateful to be a believer of the Lord, because you can ask him questions and you get answers. And I don't know. It's just fascinating how we run so blind at all times, and we have no clue. Even right now, we don't really know what strings are being pulled to make things happen. Why a war erupts here, why the economy collapses over here, why this thing becomes this thing over here. We just don't even know in modern history. It's just interesting how we aren't really trying to figure out more.
Why we don't question?
Yeah,
more?
what the heck? Why aren't we trying to solve all this stuff and really get to the bottom of it?
I think.
And why is
we're
it just kind of
starting to,
why
though?
You think so?
I think that the world is starting. I think that that's probably one of the good things that the internet has provided us,
Okay.
and like technology and stuff. I am not the biggest fan of it. I try to embrace it, but I think that it's ruined a lot of. I think that like social media has ruined a lot.
A boomer is like a little squirrel.
Don't start doing that.
Okay. But yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think that though, with the internet and stuff, I think that it is starting to cause, but I think now it's starting to like go from like, it's like catapulted us from like where back, when our parents and stuff were living, they were like not living like whenever their parents were like growing and
Childhood.
being brought up and stuff. Like it was more like there was a camaraderie. There was this is America.
Yeah. We had unity.
There was unity. There was belief. There was trust in the system. All that. And now it's not. It's almost gotten too far of questioning where like nobody believes anything anymore.
Yeah. Because at a certain point there was a deal where we realized that you step out the front door, you look to your left, you look to your right, you see your neighbor over here to your left, you see a neighbor over here to your right. And really the only people I can truly impact, the people inside my home and these neighbors and the people I have physical responses to every single day, the coworkers, the guy at the gas station, yada, yada, yada. So I could treat them with respect. I can love on them. I can be nice. I don't care what their agenda is. I can love on them, always be kind, and it's going to change the world. But the way we behave right now, like you said, we don't ask questions. We kind of forget our histories. And then we get caught up in our social causes, right or left. We get caught up in all these silly things, and we forget that middle ground and of how to actually just genuinely love and respect each other and be kind.
Yeah. Yeah.
And reach out a hand with someone's hurting.
We're not made like, where was I saw this somewhere and I thought it was so interesting. And we're not made to like take the weight of the world on. Like, so, it was on the Blue Zones. You see the Blue Zones on
the dog that like searches for clues.
You're joking, right?
And I don't know what the Blue Zone is, her.
The Blue Zones on Netflix.
Oh, about the old people that lived to be 100. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, dog. Sorry.
You thought I was talking about Blue's Clues?
I was just kidding about that. All I heard was blue, and so I was like, oh, yeah, dogs.
It was on there that they were talking about it. How we're not made to be able to take the weight of the world on, as far as like the news, all these different stuff of all this shit happening around the world and the United States, and like, with Israel now, for instance, and that being a huge thing that's happened, which is horrible, but with that and like, different stuff happening, constant chaos happening around the world. We really are designed and made to be able to handle the stresses and the, what's the word I'm looking for? I was going to say stresses of what's happening in our immediate vicinity.
Yeah. Our little, we're almost like we're in individual little worlds,
And that's what we're made to be able to handle. We're not made to be able to handle what's happening over in Australia or over in Iceland or whatever. Because then it puts you in a constant state of fight or flight, really. Because if you think about it, like, what is our design? Our design, whenever we have stress, that's a fight or flight type of situation. And so whenever you're constantly being fed insecurities, like wars and different stuff, it affects you. And you're not designed to be able to handle that.
Your gizzard.
Which is, I don't know what point I was trying to... Yeah, man. I don't know what point I was trying to make there. The point I was trying to make was just with like the internet and with social media and all this stuff, it's caused a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
It's caused a lot of chaos, a lot of insecurities.
And it also causes us to have reaction instead of just taking a step back and thinking, man, maybe there's a silence here I should take before responding and writing some dumb comment. Hey, we're getting back to the comments now. Before I write a dumb comment.
We just went full circle.
Before I write a terrible comment on Facebook, maybe I need to take a step back and realize I know what's happened with me. I know what's happened to my neighbor, Billy Bob over here. And I'm not going to worry about that stuff at the moment. I'll pray about it. But okay, that's not going to help me right now in this moment, because I can help this situation and make this a stronger, better society in my area,
right? Which
in turns, that society makes the next one better, et cetera, et cetera. And then all of a sudden, the whole societies everywhere across the globe are better because you're helping one step at a time instead of this weird silly, the government is God and they're going to help. Like, nah, they don't care about us.
That is a
It's
neuro.
not
No,
gonna
that
help.
is a neuro. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't get me started on that.
So no. Yeah, you gotta go to your local pizza restaurant. Help start there. Slice by slice. Chop by chop. Mushroom by mushroom.
Roach by roach.
Pepperoni. Yeah.
Fly by fly.
Stash by stash. That's what's going to help. So,
Wrinkle
but
by
basically, what I learned from today is that if you go on Facebook, Instagram, leave a lot of comments because people need a good laugh and they need to find out that you know as much as they do and you know nothing as much as we know
That's
nothing.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
This is a good show. I learned a lot of that I know nothing.
That really came full circle, and we still have State Farm up on the screen.
We still have State Farm. Yeah, I can't wait to see the other ads. We're going to get some good ads today.
Joy. Yeah, baby.
Oh, dude. Well,
Well, I think this was a fun, very informative episode.
So I need history buffs out there because that's one thing I do need to be good at history, and I get so much. We all get so much information, you forget stuff. But I'm tired of forgetting things. I'm going to start retaining. So, anyways, any history buff out there that has some cool books on the real history of the Earth, send it our way because I'm down. Or any, preferably documentary I could watch on 2 speed so I could really get through it quickly. It's the best way to study.
Dude, that is like,
So-
that's killer.
Send that over. Send
You
us your
introduced me to
YouTube
that.
links, whatever. We'd
Image.
love it.
That was
But dude, yeah, I think it's good. I don't know what I got from this, but I got something. And
I got something deep down. I'll figure it out while I'm sleeping tonight, dreaming.
I just learned that pyramids are obelisk. So we got that going for us.
I don't know if that's true.
They're all over.
So
That's
true.
definite true. Go tell everyone you know.
Spread it.
Yep. Spread it.
Spread it.
Spread it like you do COVID. You guys are good at that.
Spread that.
You jerks are good at spreading that. Keep spreading
Ew.
obelisk. Well, I think that is another great episode of The Podcasteria, which you can follow us
Mitch.
at The Podcasteria and go to our website, thepodcasteria.com. But yeah, so this has been another great episode, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you next time
See
Right
you
here
next time.
on Mitch and Dino's.
And
Podcasteria.
Now that's service.